Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're diving into a topic that truly fascinates me, and I think it's going to blow your minds. Animal intelligence. We always talk about human intellect, right? But what about the rest of the animal kingdom? Who's really at the top of the smarts chart, once you take us out of the picture?
It's a fantastic question, Jake, and honestly, it's one of the most dynamic and evolving fields in wildlife science. For too long, we've underestimated so many species, largely because we've been looking for human-like intelligence. But when you start appreciating different kinds of smarts, the world really opens up.
Absolutely. And to help us navigate this incredible topic, we've got Bob, our resident wildlife specialist here. Bob, we're going to try something ambitious today. Ranking the top 5 most intelligent animals, other than mankind. This isn't easy, I know, because intelligence can mean so many things.
It's super tough, Jake. It's not a perfectly linear scale. We're talking about problem solving, social learning, emotional capacity, tool use, communication, adaptability. It's a huge spectrum, but based on current scientific understanding and observable behaviors, I think we can put together a pretty compelling list. Are you ready for number 5?
I am absolutely ready. Hit me with it. What's coming in at number 5?
All right, for our number 5 spot, I'm going with a group that consistently surprises researchers with their cunning and cognitive abilities, the corvids, specifically crows and ravens. These aren't just birds, they are feathered Einsteins.
Crows? Really? I mean, I know they're smart, but top 5? That's incredible. What makes them so special?
Oh, they are next level. Think about it. Tool making, not just using a stick, but modifying a stick, or even bending a piece of wire into a hook to retrieve food. There's a famous experiment where a New Caledonian crow named Betty bent a piece of straight wire to hook a bucket with food out of a tube. That's planning, foresight, and innovation.
Wow. I've seen videos of that, and it's always felt a bit like science fiction. You mean they can genuinely figure out how to manipulate objects to achieve a goal?
Exactly, and it's not just tools. They have incredible memory, especially for human faces. There are studies where crows would scold and mob researchers who had previously captured them, even years later, and even if those researchers were in different clothes, they can communicate complex information too. If one crow learns a human is a threat, others in the flock learn it too, showing social learning.
So, they hold grudges. That's wild. It's almost like they have culture, passing down knowledge.
Absolutely they do. They understand cause and effect. They can even solve multi-step puzzles to get food. One study showed them dropping nuts onto busy roads so cars would crack them open, then waiting for the lights to change to safely retrieve the kernels. That's problem solving in a very human-like way, using their environment strategically.
Okay, crows are definitely proving their spot. That's genuinely impressive. All right, Bob. What's next? What's at number 4 on our list?
For number 4, we're diving into the deep, dark ocean. My pick is the octopus. These cephalopods are solitary, short-lived, and entirely different from anything else on this list, which makes their intelligence all the more astonishing.
Octopus. Now that's a curveball. I always think of them as these fascinating, alien-like creatures, but smart. How so?
Oh, incredibly smart. They can solve complex mazes, open screw-top jars from the inside, and even escape seemingly secure tanks. Their problem-solving abilities are off the charts. Some have been observed unscrewing a valve to flood their tank and short-circuit the lights. They're escape artists with an incredible ability to adapt and learn.
Wait, short-circuiting lights? That sounds like something out of a movie. Are you serious?
Completely serious. There are numerous anecdotes from aquariums about octopuses causing mischief. They also demonstrate observational learning, watching another octopus solve a puzzle and then being able to solve it themselves much faster. And their camouflage. It's not just about matching colors. It's about changing skin texture to mimic rocks or algae, making them masters of disguise and strategy.
That's phenomenal. And they're so physically different from us too. 8 arms, decentralized nervous system. It really makes you wonder about the different paths intelligence can take.
Exactly. They have mini brains in each of their arms, allowing for independent movement and problem solving, but also a central brain coordinating everything. They interact with their environment in ways we barely understand, using their arms as extensions of their mind. They can even use tools, carrying around coconut shells for shelter or stacking rocks to build a den. They're like underwater engineers.
That's incredible. Crows and octopuses. What a start. All right, Bob, drum roll please. For number 3, who's making it into our top 3?
Coming in at number 3 with their immense brains and even more immense hearts, I give you the elephants. These gentle giants are social, empathetic, and possess an astounding memory.
Elephants. I'm not surprised by that one, to be honest. Their wisdom seems almost legendary, doesn't it?
Absolutely. An elephant never forgets isn't just a saying, there's a lot of truth to it. They have incredible long-term memory, crucial for remembering water sources, migration routes, and even other individuals, both elephants and humans, over decades. This spatial and social memory is vital for their survival in complex environments.
So it's not just about remembering where the food is, but remembering relationships too?
Precisely. They live in matriarchal societies, and the wisdom of the older females, the matriarchs, is critical for the survival of the herd. They lead the way, making decisions based on generations of learned experience. They also exhibit self-recognition, passing the mirror test, which is a pretty strong indicator of self-awareness.
Self-awareness. That's a big one. And I've heard they have some pretty complex emotional lives too. Almost like they mourn.
Absolutely they do. Elephants show profound empathy and grief. They've been observed revisiting the bones of deceased herd members, gently touching them with their trunks, sometimes even burying them with leaves and dirt. They mourn for their dead, and they comfort each other when distressed. It's a deep emotional intelligence that's truly moving to witness.
That's just incredible. It really highlights how much we share with these animals, even if they seem so different on the surface. Okay, Bob. We're down to the final 2. This is getting intense. Who's number 2?
All right, for our number 2 spot, we're heading back into the water, but this time with the sleek, social, and incredibly communicative dolphins and orcas. These cetaceans are intellectual powerhouses of the ocean.
Dolphins. Another one I expected to be high on the list. Their reputation for intelligence is pretty widespread. What puts them at number 2?
Well, first off, their brains are incredibly complex, comparable in some ways to human brains, with highly developed areas for emotion and social cognition. They have incredibly sophisticated communication systems, not just simple calls, but complex whistles and clicks that are believed to be individual names. They live in highly intricate social structures, sometimes called fission-fusion societies, where groups merge and split based on need, which requires advanced social understanding.
Individual names. So they're not just communicating, they're addressing each other directly? That's mind-boggling.
Evidence strongly suggests it. And beyond communication, their cooperative hunting strategies are legendary. They'll work together to herd fish into tight bait balls or create mud nets to trap them. Orcas in particular show incredible cultural variation in their hunting techniques, with different pods specializing in different prey and passing those techniques down through generations. That's culture pure and simple.
So it's not just instinct, it's learned behavior passed down. That really pushes the boundary of what we usually attribute to animals.
Absolutely. They also show self-awareness, again, passing the mirror test. They engage in complex play, demonstrate teaching behaviors, and even exhibit altruism, helping injured members of their pod or even humans. Their intelligence isn't just about survival, it's about social connection and advanced problem solving in a dynamic environment.
That's truly amazing. It makes you think differently about the ocean, knowing there's such a complex society thriving beneath the waves. All right, Bob, this is it. The moment of truth. Who is the number 1 most intelligent animal, not including us humans?
After much deliberation and with strong scientific consensus to back it up, my number 1 pick for the most intelligent animal beyond mankind is the gray apes, particularly chimpanzees, bonobos, and orangutans. They are our closest living relatives, and their cognitive abilities are astonishingly close to our own.
Great apes. Okay, I can see that. It feels almost obvious in a way, given our shared lineage. but what specific aspects of their intelligence really put them at the top?
Well, let's start with tool use, which we've talked about. Chimpanzees are master tool users and makers. They'll strip leaves off branches to make fishing tools for termites, use stones to crack nuts, and even spear-like tools to hunt small prey. They learn these skills from each other, and different groups have different tool cultures, which is fascinating.
So like different tribes having different ways of doing things, but for chimps.
Exactly. They have complex social structures with alliances, deception, and reconciliation. They can plan for the future, remembering where food stores are, or even preparing tools the night before they intend to use them. Self-recognition is well documented, and they show a wide range of emotions, including joy, sorrow, anger, and empathy.
Deception, huh? That's a pretty advanced cognitive skill, suggesting they can understand what others might be thinking.
It implies a theory of mind. Yes, the ability to attribute mental states, beliefs, intents, desires, knowledge to oneself and others. And bonobos in particular are incredibly empathetic and peaceful, often resolving conflicts through social bonding rather than aggression. They also understand and use symbolic communication like sign language, demonstrating language acquisition abilities previously thought to be exclusive to humans.
That's incredible. The sign language part always gets me. It shows a real ability to learn and adapt to human forms of communication, which is just wow.
It truly is. The great apes represent a pinnacle of animal intelligence, reflecting many of the cognitive traits we pride ourselves on, from problem solving and social learning to empathy and even a rudimentary sense of self and culture. Studying them really blurs the lines between what we consider human and animal.
Bob, this has been absolutely mind-blowing. From the tool-making crows and the puzzle-solving octopuses to the empathetic elephants, the communicative dolphins, and our brilliant great ape cousins, it's clear the world is full of incredible minds. It really changes your perspective, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, Jake. It reminds us that intelligence comes in many forms, shaped by environment and survival needs. And the more we study these animals, the more we realize how much we still have to learn from them and how much we share in this incredible journey of life on Earth. It really makes you appreciate the diversity of consciousness.
Couldn't agree more, Bob. What an incredible discussion. Thank you for sharing your insights and guiding us through this fascinating top 5 list. And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Keep looking at the world around you with new eyes, because there's intelligence and wonder everywhere. We'll catch you next time.